Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the most popular video game characters on the planet and spans across multiple media forms, allowing for a ton of different and diverse content here on YouTube. From mods, to let's plays, to theory crafting, to news and update channels, to even channels like my own, which are just Sonic slop channels. There's so much you can explore and dive into when it comes to Sonic on YouTube. However, with that, there is also a pretty big downside. Hello everyone, I'm OCDsaster, and this is OCDsaster Blue, my Sonic exclusive channel, where everything we do here is Sonic related. So if that sounds like something your speed, consider watching some other videos and subscribing to the channel. What do I mean about the downside? Well, you have your Sonic content, you have your Sonic slop content, and then you have something far more sinister. A side of YouTube that has a foul, malicious Sonic content pipeline. And I wanted to really dive into this today. And I'm not talking evil, spooky Sonic.exe content on YouTube. That's different. I'm talking about purposely malicious and harmful Sonic content on a YouTube platform. Yes, we are diving into this today. I'm talking about the Elsagate adjacent Sonic content, and even on a lesser degree of depravity, the misinformation and purposely fake content here. And I'll get into what that is right now. I'll start with this and then go into the far worse kind of things that I am discussing. I'm really tired of seeing these AI trailers, and even before AI existed, these trailers did exist, and people caught on that if you have a very catchy title and description and you make the thumbnail very misleading, you can trick a lot of people into thinking that something is genuine. These creators know that a lot of Sonic fans are children, and whatever they see on the internet, they're just going to immediately click it and maybe believe it, maybe not. Once they click on the video, it's done its job, views, money, what have you. But it's all lazily done, and it's presented as something that's true, but it actually isn't. Whether it's a fake Sonic game that's just a mod, or it's just ripping off of somebody else's fan-made game, or like I said, AI that's trying to make it look like a new clip from an upcoming Sonic movie that's been announced but maybe hasn't started filming yet. It's just really disgusting to see something like this, and as an adult, I know what's real and what's not. I can pretty much suss out a video and a thumbnail and really quickly determine whether it's real or fake. If it's not from a reputable channel, if it's not coming from Paramount, which does the movies and TV shows for Sonic, if it's not the Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel, the Sega YouTube channel, or like IGN or a reputable, well, I wouldn't say IGN's reputable, but one of the bigger known YouTube channels, then it's going to be fake. If it's a channel you have never heard of and it's like the official trailer for Sonic Movie 4, like, no, it's not real, it's fake. And a lot of kids don't understand that, and it's genuinely not that harmful, but I do think it's almost like a gateway or like an opening to something called media illiteracy, in which a lot of these younger kids are growing up online and with TikTok and stuff, where you can just spew nonsense and just present it as fact, and a lot of people will just take it as fact without background checking it or like fact checking it, and then they spread that information onto somebody else, and then that just keeps spreading until something is just false that's just out there in the world. And this has been going on for years. It's a common phenomenon. It doesn't even have to do necessarily with social media. It can be word of mouth before the internet was even created. But now the internet is so accessible to so many people, and you can easily just jump online and say whatever you want. It's becoming a lot worse. So yeah, these trailers aren't really harming anybody, but they're really just there to generate as many views and get as much money as possible. And it's even more, kind of gross when it's AI, because then the person literally barely put in any work for it. And the bigger issue is they're announcing it as something that's actually not true. They're saying official trailer or like something in that line, like real clip, and it's not. It's disingenuous. It's just false. If it had like fan made in the front, or the concept video, that's okay. I'm far more accepting of that, and I hope a lot of other people are far more accepting of that. If you put very blatantly in the title, not hidden somewhere in the description or at the very end of the title of the video so people can't see it, but to show that it's not an official work of Sega or Sonic. It's not great. It spreads social illiteracy, and it is a problem I'm seeing when it comes to Sonic and YouTube, and just YouTube in general with movie trailers and stuff like that. It's bad. I don't like it. It's not the biggest problem or issue in the world, but it's something that I see just pop up in my recommended, and I get very angry, not because I fall for it, but because the people that create it think that I'm going to fall for it, and it's like, come on now, really? Do you think I'm that dumb? Do you think I'm that stupid? Yeah, right. Then it leads into a far more worse, sinister, dark part of the Sonic YouTube space, and that is this content farming. For those of you that are unaware, there was a thing that happened way back in like 2016, maybe a little bit earlier than that, called ElsaGate, in which people realized that as long as you had certain tags and certain characters of, kids shows and kids movies, then you could drive a lot of traffic to it regardless of the quality of the content. Because we live in an age where a lot of parents don't want to parent their kids. They want to sit them in front of an iPad or put them in front of the TV and let the TV do all the parenting, do all the work. And I can say this because that's a lot of my generation. Millennials are doing this, millennial parents. So that's what's going on, and these kids are just rotting their brains out, and they just type in Elsa or type in Sonic or type in Spider-Man, and then YouTube shovels out this like content mill, this content farm worth of just absolute depravity, because if it's not the thumbnail or the title that's inappropriate, even though most of the time it is, it's very suggestive. It shows like Spider-Man twerking or like Elsa in a lewd position or pregnant. It's in the title or it's somewhere in the video where it starts off innocent and then gets very weird, very bizarre, very dirty is the best way to put it. And it's like, this is just crazy. And so ElsaGate happened. It had Elsa, that they call it ElsaGate because Frozen was really big. A lot of content farms took that. You would have people dressing up as Elsa, but she got pregnant by Mickey Mouse or by Spider-Man or something. It was just really weird, really predatory. And this was on a lot of YouTube and just YouTube Kids even, I think. I could be wrong, misremembering that, but a lot of parents don't know about YouTube Kids. They just let their kids sit on YouTube. And so it goes through. These kids are typing it up, or the parents themselves are typing it up, but not actually looking at what their kids are watching. And then it just really messes with people's heads. It sends these very subliminal messages, and it's foul, it's disgusting, it's predatory. And I don't want to go too more into that side of it because it's really disgusting. I don't want to get age restricted, and I don't want to give people any horrid ideas. But yeah, it's everywhere, and there's some really creepy, if not inappropriate, but just like really creepy, disturbing images of Sonic. I can't remember what it's called, but there's like even a series where it's like Sonic with like a huggy wuggy smile and like a lot of teeth. And that's another thing, right? You have these like horror games, FNAF and Poppy Playtime. FNAF was supposed to be like a horror game for like adults at first, and then they realized it had a big like child following. If the children weren't actually playing the game, they were at least following their YouTubers playing the game. And there's a morbid curiosity, right? A dark curiosity in a kid's mind where they think they're tough and brave and they're watching this stuff, or they're watching their favorite YouTuber get scared at stuff. And that there's a place for that. And then you have Poppy Playtime, which was definitely designed for kids in mind, and you have a lot of other mascot horror knockoff games that are FNAF adjacent, that target more of the children demographic, which also fall into this content farming where people are just using Huggy Wuggy and Freddy Fazbear and all these names to promote their just complete schlock. And some of it is in AI houses where you have like a bunch of AI videos doing it, or you have very cheap labor overseas in like Indian countries just pumping out this stuff. Digital Circus is a big one. And there's tons of videos on YouTube where you can look and like dive deeper into this kind of stuff. But like this was so horrifying. Like the design is just creepy. I think it's someone like in a costume that they made, which is cool, but they're targeting kids on purpose to show them these horrid things. And yes, kids are curious, but there needs to be monitoring and stuff like that. And it's just kind of crazy that it's just up there in the recommended still to this day. You don't even have to actively search for it. If you just like watch my videos or watch like Sonic trailers, it'll pop up in the algorithm and gets millions of views because kids see it and just immediately click on it. And it's just really, really foul and disgusting. And I just want to make this video to kind of get my thoughts and feelings out there. That's why I'm rambling. It's obviously not scripted, kind of all over the place. But I want to say, if you are on the younger side watching this video, make sure you are doing your research. I know homework is boring, but if you see something on YouTube that says official Sonic trailer and it's for an upcoming Sonic project or movie, but the channel that's uploading it is something you've never heard of before, it's not one of those big channels, the Sonic the Hedgehog channel, the IGN channel, or Paramount, then take it with a grain of salt. You can still admire it if you want to. You can still look at it for what it is, but know that they're trying to deceive you. They're trying to make you believe that it's real and go to school and then share the trailer around with your friends. Being like, it's real, it's real, it's real. It's not real. It's not true. And there's been stuff like that even since I was a kid, but it's become far more nefarious, I feel like, and a lot of people are just trying to get a quick buck off of you to do that. If you're a parent, this is far more important with the darker stuff, not necessarily the fake trailers and stuff. If you're a parent, just watch what your kids do, especially when it comes to videos like this, because it looks innocent and stupid, and you're like, oh, they're just putting on cartoons. But on the regular YouTube, it is just an endless sea of creepiness and weirdness. And if you're watching your kids watch it and you think it's fine, then that's on you. But there's some things out there, man, that's just... I wouldn't want my kids watching it, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, it's very weird because, like I said, Sonic is so popular. He's just as popular as Mario, as Mickey Mouse, all over the world. And so you have this big market, and you have everyone that loves the games. And so you have gaming content, but then you also have the movie and TV show content. You have nostalgia content for us older Sonic fans, but then you have new, younger kids watching. And you have this big ecosystem of Sonic content and Sonic creation. And if there's a talented artist out there that's making their own trailers or making their own game, that's great. I just hope that they use it in a positive way to inspire people, but not mislead or be malicious with it. And then for the people that are doing the creepy, you know, Elsa Gate adjacent stuff, like, I just think YouTube needs a better policy, honestly. I've been saying that for a while, people have been saying that for a while, but I'm noticing it. The reason why I'm doing this whole rant is because I was just looking around on YouTube on my Sonic channel, which is only Sonic stuff that I follow, and all this stuff was popping up. And I'm like, I am a 30-year-old man. One, this is cringe, and two, this shouldn't be popping up at all. But yeah, that's going to end it for this video. What do you guys think about the Sonic content here on YouTube? Do you see this stuff on your recommended page? And if you have a kid, do you know that this is popping up on their feed? I would like to know down in the comments. If you have any ideas on how YouTube could fix this, I would love to hear those as well. Yeah, that's going to be about it. I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya!